Good evening.
Good evening, good afternoon. What do they do around this time of day? Salamat sore is what they say.
Okay.
When it turns a bit dark, and this is where it confuses me, because it can be dark at 5:30 or 6:30 or whatever, So, but that's when you're supposed to change again to Salamat malam. So
Yeah.
it's Salamat
Yeah.
sore. Yeah. So
Good.
yeah. So how you going, JB? All right, good brother.
Yeah. No, look, going pretty well. Going pretty well.
Mm.
Yeah, down in Melbourne, as you know,
Yes.
little bit of work, uh, and we were supposed to pick up our new caravan.
Yeah.
I want to share that with the world, but we're not able to because our our car needs to be upgraded to actually tow the weight of the van. So
Oh, right. Okay. So it's not to do with the actual towing of it. It's the actual motor. Like it's nothing to do with the
yeah,
connection with the.
they've got really tight on towing and all that sort of stuff with the vans and that because they're so popular now, and it's
Mm.
the gross vehicle mass versus the gross combined mass and towable load and payload and
Mm.
all these sort of things. So
Yeah,
just
yeah.
trying to get my head around it all, but we're a couple of 100 kilos short, so we need to get the suspension upgraded in the cruiser.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
we're going to do
So,
that, and then they're going to ship the van up to us. So
oh, right. So you're gonna go back, get that upgraded back up north,
yeah,
and then they'll ship it to you. Okay.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
On the train or on bloody
I
semi.
think on the back of a truck, brother.
Yeah.
They do that a lot. Yeah, look, we did have the official handover today, and we will be putting up some
Some,
videos and all that sort of stuff, and
yeah.
just
Exciting.
amazing, mate. I mean, um, it's not often that I get short of a word, but it was pretty emotional stuff. So a
Yes,
few
mate.
tears, and there was a few um, moments that I couldn't talk, and all that sort of stuff, brother. So yeah, it was
Oh,
a
wow.
little bit unusual, but we got there in the end. So it's
Oh, mate.
just amazing stuff. I mean,
Mm.
we it's been donated by a mob called Destinations Unknown, which is fantastic. I mean, it fits right with where we what we do, brother. So like all of us, you know what I mean. So
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
something that like even our podcast now will be on the road with Mibambar and
Yeah,
Destination Unknown. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, how good's that?
yeah, look, as I said, brother. And then when we seen the van in real life, and it's just so emotional, brother. So
Yeah, mate. I know what it feels like because, well, not maybe not because when I finally got the combi fixed up and went to go and see it, all done. It was just
yeah,
like, oh my
yeah.
god,
But
heck, yeah,
but it is amazing, eh? Like it's like I couldn't believe it. I seriously couldn't believe it. So, but
yeah.
we will have videos and all that sort of stuff up. Yeah, so everyone should see a few tears there, brother. So
Oh well, there you go. That's good, mate. That'll be exciting. Well, it is. Well, it's already exciting for you, but it'll be nice and exciting for everyone. Especially Midbar members and the community.
yeah,
That's
no,
it. Yeah.
definitely, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So,
Very good indeed, bro. Yeah.
what have you been
So you're
up
still
to,
in.
brother?
Sorry.
What have you been up to?
Um. Well, we're back in. Well, as you know, we're back in Bali. We've been back probably since the 4th of December. We had not much happened in terms of work, but we had Christmas here. We saw the New Year in here as well. But then I took off over. I've just come back from Brisbane. I went over there on the 14th of January. So, but we're doing some planning at the moment. A lot of it's around planning what we're doing. Where we're going, what's going to happen from here on. So we're going to be back in Australia for a bit of time, probably about 2 or 3 months. Uh, definitely 1 month down at Old Bar near Taree there, you know,
Yeah,
near Port. Yeah, we're looking after Michelle's auntie. All of Michelle's auntie's family's heading overseas, so
Oh,
you know, and she's at a retirement home. So we said, "Oh, we'll come down and
yeah, okay.
look after your mother." And yeah, and we're staying at one of the the daughter's house, so it's good. We just come over, do that for about a month, then take off. But I'm gonna. I think that after that we'll head back up towards the Gold Coast, Brisbane, and then eventually end up in Cairns. So, but I've got to, and this is going to be a road trip, mate. So I'm gonna, well, because I haven't been home, like it's been nearly 7 months we've been away from Australia, and I was scheming that we were going to fly straight to Newcastle, see brother, and then get picked up in Newcastle, drive back up to Alba. And I thought, oh, hold on, I might. What if I go via Cairns and you can go down to Newcastle and Alba and get picked up, and I'll just go to Cairns, jump in the combi, and I'll just cruise down, take my time, and get down there in the combi, and then we can both up. So I'm going to do a bit of hopefully, depending on how it is when I get back, I might have to get it in for a service or something, and then I'll take off, head down to. Down that way, yeah. I'll probably pull up in Brizzy for a little bit with my son and keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
So a bit of a road trip. Yeah, who knows?
Exciting.
Yeah, who knows, mate? Yeah, well, yeah, exciting. Yeah, so yeah, but like I said, I've just come back from Brisbane. Went down on the 14th, came back on Monday. So
And
celebrate my son.
how was it being back in Australia, bro?
Yeah, it was good, mate. Yeah. I didn't see or do a great deal except just help my son move, but also help with the celebrations as well. I organised a bit of a lunch at Broncos, which is his club. So I said, let's go there, and that was nice. Quiet lunch.
Yeah.
And
that was
Friday
his birthday.
night.
So happy birthday!
Yeah, birthday was on Friday. So yeah, he worked on Friday, and he's just moved. Wouldn't believe it. You know where Caxton Street is? Suncorp.
Was it
Caxton Street? You know where Suncorp Stadium
is? Yeah.
Well, they're kind of 2 streets behind Caxton Street.
Oh, good posse.
Yeah, good posse. So yeah, he'll be going to some football this year anyway, and I'm sure there'll be some people wanting to park in his little.
Yeah, definitely.
Space. Yeah. So yeah, he's moved there. Good posse for both of them. She's working up. His girlfriend Jess is working up at Paddington, and he works just over at the moment he's got a job on in North Quay. You know the road North Quay.
Yeah.
High story building. He can see it from his place.
Oh yeah.
So he can just walk to work. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So he's but he's got his timing out of whack. He did it while his birthday was on.
Yeah.
And me turning up. He could have done it this weekend coming, but he didn't.
Well,
yeah. So
I think he was waiting for Dad to help him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, old Jacko, the old backo. Yeah, lifting stuff. I thought I'd forgot. I thought this is what we try to get away from because before, all we do is carry bags around. Now we've got a couple of suitcases and stuff. That's all we've got, but we don't have to carry fridges or sofas or anything.
That's right.
Tables and beds.
Like seriously, how bad are they to move fridges? Yeah?
Well, not too bad. They're pretty bad depending on what you got to do. But I used to work for when I finished out of the out west. I got a mate of mine who owned Retrovision in Mackay. So when I got in there, he said, "Joy, you want a job?" And I said, "Yeah, okay. What doing?" He said, "Yeah, working there, in the warehouse." And there I was driving trucks, taking fridges up, connecting washing machines, tuning in TVs, and so some of the places that I had to deliver to, mate, were just crazy. Weren't built to have things. You need a crane to get things in, but we had to pull them up stairs and all that kind of stuff. And no, but anyway, brought back memories. Now I know why I took that job on. And then after that, that was while I was going to uni as well. So after I got my degree, I bloody ended up I applied for a different job. I said, I'm getting out of here, Gordy. I'm going to
Yeah,
go community development, you know. So yeah, that was good then after that. But yeah, had my little what do you call it, traineeship done, or my
yeah,
work experience done.
yeah,
Got that, but yeah, so we moved in nicely. It's a nice little old house. It's a beautiful place, and look, they're like terraced houses as well. You know, they're kind of
yeah. Okay.
pretty nice. Doesn't have to do anything. It's got some astroturf at the back. That's all in. You know, it's a pretty nice little location actually. So we'll probably pull in there. I'll probably pull in there if I'm driving down the coast to see what happens. Yeah, yeah. So
Good, good work.
yeah. Hey, listen. When's your next gathering? Is that
Well,
in
we've got some news for you because, excuse me, everyone. We've got some news. Now, we've just been in Melbourne and we've been doing some strategic planning
yes.
and say that quickly, brother, three times.
yes.
And we have decided that our next national gathering
Yep.
is going to be in November
Yes.
this year. And we're
Good.
going to actually have a leadership forum or retreat, if you like, in September.
Oh, right. What's that for? To prepare for the conference?
Well, no, it's probably something different that we thought was pretty invaluable. Will be invaluable to people that are looking to come into leadership roles and all that sort of stuff. And we'll have some people speaking there that are well-known Indigenous leaders, if you like. So
Mm-hmm.
um,
Sounds good. Where will that be? Same place?
it's going to be in Canberra, bro.
Canberra, the leadership center, leadership stuff in Canberra.
Yeah, yeah.
And gathering will be, where did you say?
Well, we were thinking of up at Rockhampton, but it might be a bit warm by then. So up at Emu Park. So we're looking at somewhere else. So if anyone's got any ideas, let us know.
Okay.
And we'll be looking at tipping into your wisdom and knowledge, brother, about some leadership stuff as well. So I know how much leadership work you've done over the years. So we'll be looking at tapping into that as well. And
Yep.
and over the weekend we're going to be having a yarn about doing some work together, brother. So
That's right. Yeah, we will. We'll catch up over the weekend.
yeah,
But that's really interesting. You know, that'll be good. I think that especially in Canberra, there's a few places in Canberra, isn't there? You've probably got some ideas yourself about where that might happen.
well,
Uh,
that was we had a bit of a discussion about where we were going to have it, and I thought Canberra because of all the stuff that goes on there around Indigenous affairs and that sort of stuff, and it's easy enough for everyone to get there.
Yeah, and there may be opportunities. Maybe that's if you want to, because you're in Canberra as well. You know, that's where all federal ministers sort of
Yes,
gather. You know,
yeah.
whether or not you want to get someone like the Minister for Indigenous Affairs or whatever, NIAA.
We might be able to get Melanderia or someone like that. So
Yes, yeah. She's great. You know,
yeah,
yeah, she's great, and yeah, maybe that's the go. Yeah, and I'm thinking, yeah, the thing about the like Rockhampton's good because you can fly into Rocky and do that stuff. You know.
well, the only thing is, but don't forget where we were going to have it, Emu Park. It's about a 40-minute drive
From
from Rocky
from
and the
Rock.
airport.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
so.
right. Yeah. That's the truth as well. So, um, yeah, okay.
But it would definitely be having a yarn to you, brother. I mean, especially around that leadership stuff, because I know, as I said, I know how much work you've done in Aboriginal and Torres Strait
Hey,
Islander leadership. So
yeah,
yeah,
no worries. Yeah, no, I'm happy to get involved in that. That'd be great. You know, and you know, we speak to a lot of leaders all the time. JB,
100%,
right
100%.
here. Yeah, and you know, those guys, they kind of, you know, we're in awe of some of the things that they're doing in their community and you
Yeah,
know, for themselves, really, as well in their family, you know. So leadership there are different levels of leadership, and it's kind of something that we won't have to look too far to find those leaders. I don't think. Yeah,
Yeah,
that come up with that stuff.
look,
Yeah,
and it'll be really good to, like we're thinking of the, like the panel system where we get,
yeah,
some high flyers, if you like. And
yeah,
really, look, I'll drop a few names now. We're talking to Dr. Jeff Nelson has already agreed to come on and
yeah.
um, have a yarn with everyone. We'll be talking. We're going to invite Professor Kerry Arabina,
Yes, Terry. Yeah,
Matty Cook from Gladstone. You know Matty?
Matty Cook.
Yeah, young fella, up and coming fella.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
And
yeah. There's
we're also going to invite, we're going to have a non-Indigenous person there having a yarn.
mm,
Gabby Montanese from Destinations Unknown.
yes. Okay, good stuff.
Yeah, so
Yeah. No, that'll be good. Yeah, no, mate. Just yeah, happy to let's have a look at a program. Is it a 1 day thing or is it a 2 day thing?
yeah, well, it's probably going to be a day and a night.
Yeah. Okay. Day
Yeah,
finished by night. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That'll be nice. Yeah.
So make it nice and simple for people to get in, get out.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and then we're also looking at that at our gathering again, which will be around relationships. So which will be in November.
Be in November. Yeah. Okay. Because we'll be back in around that time as well. In September we'll be back as well. So we'll probably have August over in Spain and then come back this way. I'm not sure where we'll end up, back in Australia or back here. But yeah, depending on Michelle's recovery, I guess that's the thing.
Yeah, definitely. And how is MJ going?
Yeah, she's going great, mate. Yeah, she's we've joined the gym up the road, and she's been there more times than I have. So
Yeah,
it's
beautiful.
and she's been in the pool. She's still doing the a little bit R&R, not doing too much, but except for that gym session and maybe a walk around the block here and in the pool, I guess. So yeah. So yeah, she's and that's the way that's the way
Well,
they recommend.
you got to start slowly, brother, man.
Yeah, that's right. That's what they recommend to do is just do bits and pieces. When you need to have a break, all that kind of stuff. Take it easy. You don't want to injure yourself or create any sort of problems with the recovery that will affect the recovery. So yeah, and so she's good. She's good. Yeah, she's looking forward. We're going to go to when you're here. We're going over to Darwin just for a visa run next week. So we'll be over there for about 5 days, and we're back here on the 2nd, I think. So that we're looking forward to that as well. I think she's looking forward to going over. Mate, when I went back to Brizzy, I got a friend out at Wynnum, and she was away, and she said, "Why don't you come and stay at my place? I'm not there, look after it for us." And I said, "Yeah, no worries." And it's kind of like about 100 meters from the water, from the.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah.
Mate, and one of the things I'm missing is, believe it or not, is food, Aussie food.
Yeah.
Down the corner is a fish and chip shop, and I saw it, and I said, "Oh God, that's it. That's me. I'm down there." So that night I went down and got a big feed of fish and chips. Man, it was nice.
Yeah.
Probably paid for it the next day, but anyway. And then Michelle had a long list of stuff that I'd get to bring back over here. And just on my kind of shopping, I suppose, I was driving here and there, pull up, go to 3 places. There was a pie shop. And I said, "Oh, mate, I'm going to go and draw one of these pies. It's going to smash it, So I went and got one. But you don't get pies like at home here.
No.
So yeah, I was on the lookout for everything. Then I did some cooking for my friend that the house that I was in. So I cooked a heap of food up, and I know she was going to be away, and thought, "Oh well, I'll just put them in, freeze them up, cook them, freeze them." So I did some cooking, and I took some of that over to my son as well.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, because I haven't really cooked that much. I love cooking.
You wouldn't know that,
no, you don't need to, mate. It's probably very expensive to buy stuff and cook it yourself, whereas you could just go to here and cost you about $15 probably minute, average.
Which is not bad.
Yeah, you can buy dinner here, or you can buy some food for about $6, really.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you want to go and get it, like we went over to this place called Meat Emporium, and it's a barbecue. And you go over, you go and select what you want, and they cook it up for you on the barbecue and bring it over. It's just Australian meat, prime,
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, so and that cost a bit. So we worked it out. Yeah, try to work it out what the cost is. In fact, including the grab to get over there and back. And
Yeah.
it's okay to do it once in a while, but you couldn't do it every day, every week.
No, that's right. Yeah,
But yeah, so it's so yeah, so we're going to look. That's where she's looking forward to going to Darwin because she taught up there. We were up there for 2 years, eh?
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I
yeah,
was working at the leadership centre then,
yeah.
Indigenous leadership. So yeah, we can see if we can get some people on board. I saw where did I see Jody? Jody was over. Jody Sampson.
Jody's
You know,
everywhere. Jody
he's
everywhere.
NT Northern Territory. Yeah, with Billy Scott and his
Scott.
Wilbury.
Yeah,
Yeah. Him and what's his name? Mark Wattigo. But yeah, so he's another bloke. You know what I mean in terms of leadership.
yeah,
Yeah. Paulie Dodd. What a business they've got, type of stuff. They're doing a whole heap of stuff.
yeah.
Really good stuff.
That's a great idea, mate. Great
You know
idea.
what? Yeah. And it's just that, and also, other little operators that are doing great things are good
Yeah,
too.
definitely.
Get up and, they might start I don't know, a lawnmower business or whatever stuff. It's
Mm.
really the sort of because people it's a bit of it's hard work, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
and it's stressful, but stressful stuff sometimes. Yeah, so.
Yeah, is it what?
Mate, yeah. I've often wondered, because I did a lot of work around Southeast Queensland with the Indigenous Chamber of Commerce, and one of the things we often hear is that people get stressed out. Get stressed with the workload, and it's kind of continue. Once you do it, it's like your life. Uh,
Yeah.
that as well with your business. So and it's kind of like it's your life and your business are the kind of one and the same thing,
Yeah.
really.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And people do, they say small business only survive probably, 1 to 3 years, and that's it.
Yeah,
She's all over.
yeah,
So, to keep going with there's a lot of stuff that we talk about mental health and stuff. There's a lot of stuff that, business owners have in terms of mental health issues, because of all the expectations, all the responsibility,
yeah,
all of that sort of stuff. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to have a chat to someone about that. Kerry would know that as well. Kerry Arabina.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Cousin Kerry. You didn't know that, did you? She's like my cousin.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did know that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember you
yeah,
saying last time. Yeah,
yeah. I used to go to her mother's place.
yeah,
With
yeah,
my dad. Yeah, no, that's exciting, mate. That's really exciting. Leadership
Oh,
conference.
got some real stuff going on this year. I mean, same as any year, but
Yeah,
it's just good to plan it out and have that calendar set out. You know what I mean? So
yeah. That's what we're doing at the moment. We've got a huge calendar, and we just got post-its and moving them around, and working out when we're going to be in what place and whatever. But yeah, and it really is. When you talk about leadership as well, Jack, it's kind of like what type of leadership are we talking about? Is it community leadership?
well,
You know.
I think this is the thing, brother. You know, what is leadership?
Oh yeah, but I mean, in Aboriginal terms, is it someone that's running a Midland bar, or they're running
Yeah,
a
yeah.
youth centre or whatever, or
That's what,
is it actually a business? That
yeah,
they
that's what I'm talking. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, what is which what leadership, which leadership, where's the leadership,
mm,
who's in leadership, how do you
yeah.
become a leader, are you a leader, all these sort of questions, you know what I mean? So
And is it and do we lead um, our way? Do we lead our way or mainstream? You know what I mean? It's kind of like
and that's a
we
really
have
good
to do
question,
both.
eh?
We have to do both, but
Yeah,
you know, I'm kind of I'm working with a guy back in Australia at the moment to have a think about what his business is going to look like. And you know, you can go down the mainstream way and sell your product. That's great. Or you can work with other Indigenous businesses to get your product out there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right? And that benefits them, benefits you, and it's benefit the whole ecosystem, the Indigenous
Yeah,
ecosystem. You know what
yeah.
I mean? So, and do you go for the big dollars? You go and give it, sell it to, you know, I don't know, let's say sell it to Kmart, and Kmart, you know, they get all the money. You know, that's a big
Yeah,
organization. Doesn't go back to the community. We might get some in terms of the profit we make out of that sale, but how does it get back to the community? You know what I mean? What are they doing in the community? But I know that they're doing a great job. Kmart anyway, on Target, they have a big employment strategy, so that's important as well. But yeah, leadership's interesting. Yeah, you know, and it's all at different levels. And when we talk about leadership, are we talking about mainstream leadership skills or Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander leadership skills? Because they're
yeah, yeah, yeah.
two different things, you know. And
Yeah, oh, definitely, definitely.
in that
And
conversation, you know, Lizzie talks about it, what an elder is,
yeah,
that sort of stuff. How do you, you
oh,
know?
definitely, definitely. And there's been a lot of conversation about that of late. You know, like
Yeah,
what is a elder? You know, how do you become an elder? Uh,
yeah, that's
you know, is it a time thing? Is it an age thing? Is it a respect thing? You know what I mean? And
right,
for
exactly right.
different mobs, it's different things, isn't it? So
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and there's a lot of leadership on display at the moment, and it's not the good type of leadership. It's not the right type of leadership, mate. It's terrible,
mm,
terrible. You know,
mm,
when you think about leaders, we think about world leaders, but then you think about our country's leaders, and then party leaders. Oh my God, jeez, yeah, mate,
mm.
that's terrible leadership. You know, why would anyone want to have anything to do with that lot? Anyway, it's
Yeah,
kind of
look, I agree, brother. I agree. I mean, it's there's some the world's a funny place at the moment, isn't it? So
yeah. I think life's getting a bit insular, you know. It's kind of like we don't want to be a part of that. We just want to do what we want to do.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
They can go and do that stuff and whatever, but that might impact other people. But no, I don't want to do that. And even when I'm home, I don't want to do that. You know, I'll just do what I want to do and be happy with that.
yeah,
And not try to, you know, not, I guess, let that outside noise stress you out. You know, yeah.
yeah,
Why aren't they? You know, why aren't they funding these programs for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander communities when they
yeah,
know it's been tried and proven in the community that they work, and they still won't fund you? You know,
yeah, yeah,
it's just right. It's not right. But
yeah.
anyway, so but that's my little, you know, in terms of
Well,
Australia.
and I guess that's why we've gone down the philanthropic way of things. You know, like we still apply,
Absolutely.
and you know, for the government grants and all that sort of stuff. But
Mm.
it's hard work, as you know, brother. It's hard work. So
It is hard work, yeah. You know, and you know, unless you're a health service, and sometimes health services opt out of this, but um, you know, you've got a peak organisation called Nurture. You know, um, you kind of some
yeah,
health medical centres, they're not part of that. They don't want to be part of that. Okay, so they'll just do stuff they're on their own. That's the same with Quake in
well,
Queensland.
I was going to ask you about that. Like,
Hmm.
Quake's the same sort of thing because then they think they're preferred service providers,
Yeah,
and not a lot of other organisations or services get a look in. Then when you've got those, you
yeah,
know,
no, that's right. You're right, mate. You know, and then because they've got the numbers and the bargaining power. See,
yeah,
that's the same with IUI in Southeast Queensland,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
so they they're not actually competing with each other to get that health dollar. You know what? They join in and they get the bigger health dollar, and then IU is supposed to, and what they do is then they, you know, get those projects and the funding out to the different AMSs. So, but yeah, it's you know, with your type of organisation, is there a peak organisation for organisations like Moving?
yeah. That's exactly it. I mean, and I
Yeah.
guess. There's one being set up at the moment, but for Aboriginal males,
Mm.
rather than communities, but we'll see where it goes, and it's through Healthy Mail, so that's trying to be set up at the moment, and maybe get a look in for other smaller organisations rather than some of these ones that are just the preferred service provider, and then they get a lot of that funding that
Oh,
other organisations need to have to be able to continue to run, brother, because they
well,
do.
that's right. Yeah,
As you
yeah.
said before, they do amazing work. Why aren't
Mm.
they being funded?
Yeah, that's right. And but then if you're not on the list, mate, you're not on the list. You know what I mean? It's kind of, and how do you get on the list? And is there any exclusivity on that list? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because there might be organisations that are a lot larger, I guess, than you are, but you're doing a great job in your own community where you know that the larger organisations aren't in your community. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And they're not doing anything in there except you're there. And
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
then
like a lot of the time too, brother. Like you have some of the larger towns, and they're counted. Say you're delivering a program to one region, if you like, and it's like the bigger towns are looked at as who needs the assistance or whatever you want to call it. But then you got all these little satellite towns in between that never get to see anything. So
no,
they might not want to go to the next big town. They
yeah,
want to have
absolutely.
something in their
Well,
region.
that's right. And, someone was talking about that the other day. They had to fly someone from up north, maybe like Arakoon or something like that. Instead of going to Townsville or Cairns, they flew the person right down to Sydney. So how
Yeah,
does that work? You know what I mean? And
it's crazy, eh?
so where's the support system in Sydney to help that person who's come from the bush?
Yeah,
That type of stuff. So, and the ideal thing would have been that they would have went to Cairns or even to up to Weeper or someone like that.
well, you
With a
you you,
you know,
you would think coming from Arakoon, it's Cairns.
yeah, it's Cairns. It's got to be Cairns.
Yeah,
Cairns or Weeper. Weeper's got I think they got a small hospital there, like a clinic of some sort. But for anything major, you think Cairns. Yeah,
yeah,
head straight to
yeah,
Cairns. Yeah, because there would be people in Cairns from Arakoon and all up that area, that
yeah,
live in Cairns and they'd have a specific Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander unit there in the hospital to look after those, those
yeah,
health workers look after that
definitely.
that
Def-
that patient that comes from Arakoon. Yeah, so yeah, it's kind of weird, but I think you're right. It's ideally it would be nice, especially around the drug and alcohol stuff, to have a rehabilitation place. This is what I've been thinking: is around near where the communities are, like somewhere up in the Cape. There's a rehabilitation place where you can
yeah,
go,
yeah, yeah.
and sort out your addiction, I guess, that sort of stuff, and help with addiction, like the Glen brother. The Glen is
Yeah, yeah,
great.
definitely,
Yeah,
definitely,
yeah,
definitely.
you
Yeah.
know. And we've seen what the Glen can do, especially with some of the people that we get on
Oh,
on
some of
here.
the amazing people that we've had on, brother, like Warren
Yeah,
and,
Warren and what's the other young fella's name?
my whole,
Oh, yeah, definitely. So it's that kind of thing. It's great, but it's in New South Wales, and people there's they don't have one in like in Queensland. That one, that's the model. How
yeah,
come it's not anywhere else?
yeah.
Yeah,
And,
that's
and, and why aren't our governments looking at that model to say we could do this elsewhere?
yeah,
No,
absolutely.
it's a no-brainer to me, brother.
Duplication. You might need to, in terms of cultural um, differences, you might need to change a little
Yeah,
bit, but
that's okay. That's
yeah,
okay.
that's okay. Yeah, that's right. And it's like when we were talking to the guy up in Darwin. Remember, he was doing a lot of work with keeping kids out of the corrections, and they wouldn't fund him. What was his name? Cole something. Cole. I can't think
Can't
of his name. Yeah,
can't remember.
we had him on here. Yeah, he was doing. He said, "You know what? They haven't funded me. No one's funded me." And there was a woman that we had on too. good mate of mine. What's her name? Oh, geez, I say
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about there. She was in
yeah,
Darwin.
Karen Moyle. She's got a
Yeah, yeah,
organisation called Aunties, where all the kids go. You know, they go to
yeah,
Auntie's
yeah,
place,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
and it's
yeah.
Auntie's place they got, and it's just one house. And why aren't there other aunties getting
Yeah,
funded or establishing that
yeah,
sort of
that's
stuff?
right. Yeah, no, I do
Even,
remember.
even across the country, you know what I mean? It's kind of like, why isn't there an auntie's place in Brizzy or in Cairns, or that type of stuff? So in your local community, sort of thing. So, but yeah, it's kind of weird because these things are kicking goals. You know what I mean? They're doing what they intended to do, and
Yeah,
without any funding.
yeah, definitely,
How
definitely.
do they do that? So you can imagine what a little bit of funding can do, and how many more people that can help.
Yeah, look, and I mean it's really interesting. We had these discussions over the last few days, and of course, it comes back to safe places for women and children, which is absolutely fine. But the thing I sort of brought up with people that we were sitting with was, what about time out places for fellas? Like so
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
because there's none around, brother. There's none around, and if we could, sorry, they've got one, I believe, in Marpoon when we spoke to people up there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in other places, there's none of these around, So,
No.
and I'm not sticking up for men here, but there's nothing for men. And wherever you go in the country, the same is said. There's nothing for men.
Mm. I mean, there is, we've all got a duty of care in terms of making sure that people are safe.
Mm.
Now, that's also for maybe the perpetrator, because we get them away from everything, and have that time out type of stuff is important because,
I'm gonna
way
th-
you
I'm,
can start to identify some sort of treatment or,
I'm
some
gonna throw
process.
a little spanner in the works here too, because yes, I suppose males are looked at as a perpetrator,
Mm.
but
But maybe,
it does happen both ways. So,
yeah, right, yeah, yeah. They're probably in the wrong relationship,
well,
maybe.
but isn't this the thing? Isn't this the beauty of having those conversations? Because
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
if you work with the men or you work with the women, it's
Mm.
not going to work because you
No,
need to work with both.
that's exactly right, brother. Yeah, yeah.
And
You've got
that's
to work with both.
holistic approach.
Yeah, and that's where I, although it's a men's health organisation, this November thing I support every year, it wouldn't happen without the women. It would
Look,
not happen without their daughters and their mothers and their wives, because they're an important part of it, and you can't separate men's health from family health or women's health.
well, look at Mibambar, brother. We were set
Yeah.
up as an Indigenous male health promotion charity.
Mm.
Who do we work with now? Men, women, and whole communities. Why? Because we can't do it on our own.
It's holistic health, brother,
It's the
and
holistic approach.
it's a holistic approach to health. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Because you can't, one organisation can't help one person. It's a
no.
whole, it's a
And
whole.
look, seriously, brother, whenever we used to go into community and when we were working with our fellas, our male elders would say, "What about our women? Can you help them too?"
Yeah,
So there's got to be that give and take, you know what I mean? And there's got to be that way of being able to work with both male and females so that we understand each other as well. Because there's
absolutely.
no rule books, brother. We've talked about this for how long? For how long? 6 years
Oh,
in here.
yeah, mate. It
There
kind
are
of,
no rule
it,
books. There's no guide books.
yeah, yeah. It kind of, when we were over in Spain, it kind of hit me that, when I was dealing with prostate cancer and had to go and have the operation and all that sort of stuff. And when you mention cancer, it's really, but Michelle would be always there with me. She come to the appointment, she come do all that sort of stuff. As soon as that tables were turned and she's suffering from this lipedema, I knew what I had to do. I had to be there for her. So, if she would have said, "Oh, that's men's business. You got to go and sort that out," not
Well,
worry about it. That never happened.
and it's funny you say that because look, a few years ago, I was like an ambassador for Prostate Cancer Foundation Australia.
Yeah.
And whenever we went into like deliver our little program that we had there to talk about prostate cancer and all that sort of stuff, um, some of our women would go, "No, that's men's business."
Yeah. That's
But
right.
no, you guys need to know about it too.
Yeah.
Same as what we need to know about breast cancer, these sort of things, menopause, these sort of
Menopause.
things. We need to know about it as well.
We did too, mate. Yeah, that's the only April brought that up and said,
Only
well,
April, yeah.
she said, and I agree with her. I want to know what's going on with if my wife's, yelling and screaming at me, and
100%.
you know,
Yeah, yeah.
it's yeah. And I remember Vicky talking about menopause. She said,
Vicky Rose was another one. So there's
yeah,
two, like Arnie April and Vicky Rose, both of them.
yeah. They said, but in the cultural thing in New Zealand for the Maoris is that it's where the transition between a woman and an elder.
Yeah, no, and
Yeah.
definitely, and
That was
like,
how they look at it. Yeah.
well, I've heard, like Arnie April talk about it. I've heard Lisa LB talk about it, and it should be a beautiful stage of life that
Well,
we're
it
talking.
is. Yes, it's like men, boys becoming men.
Yeah, it's
Or,
like a transformation.
and then men becoming elders.
Yeah.
Type of. It's kind of like, yeah, it's that. It's we're only talking about it now, but and people talk about it every now and then, but it's not a conversation, is it? It's not a conversation that we should have.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah,
And I think that's the great thing about, JB and CJ, brother. I mean, I'm not trying to bang our own drum here, but we do have many varied and diverse conversations. You know what I mean? Like, if it's
that's right.
something that's on our minds, we'll have a yarn about it.
Yeah, it's all about this. Yeah, it is, mate. And we're pretty inclusive. We don't say no. We're not here for women. We're here for only men. We say no, everyone. And so, and that's the whole thing around. I would imagine now with Movember, because of where you've come from and where you are at the moment. It's that evolution, and it's about we can't do this without our wives and our partners and family. Yeah,
We both know, brother. You and I both know that we can't do it without the support of our women and our children and whoever else it may be.
Yeah. No, it's it's a no-brainer. I know there's men's business, and that's something that's more cultural.
Yeah. Well, but let's talk about this, brother. Okay. So yes, there is men's business, and yes, there is women's business, and there's no one that's more respectful than what we are, brother.
Absolutely, but when we talk about men's business, it's that men's business from that cultural lens. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, are we living in that cultural lens and that era where men did have men's business? They go away
and
that's and it's all to do around ceremony and boys becoming men and stuff. We don't do that anymore. We're living on the coast and we're in cities, whereas they still do it out west, up there, up in the territory. Yeah, but men's business now here is you can't do men's business without women.
I agree. And why shouldn't we be working together with our females and our females working with our males? Because that's going to create our new futures. That's going to create our new leaders. That's going to create our new existence, if you like.
And it tells people, and it tells in particular young people, that we need to look after each other.
And it also shows that men and women can work together.
Absolutely, yeah, that's right, and and I guess that opens a conversation up about when the perception, or it wasn't a perception, it was really actually happening, but it's getting better, like we always say, that men starting to ask for help.
Definitely.
It's
men understanding that we do need to, as you say, ask for help. we do need to have someone in our corner because we can't do it on our own.
That's
It's
it. We can't.
ridiculous to think that we can do it on our own.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, So yeah, that's the sort of stuff I suppose that we're kind of getting better at. I think, but there's still things that men do together, which is great because you need to have that that social kind of camaraderie, I guess, and be able to open up to other guys as well to talk about this stuff, and I think that it's good that older blokes are doing it, but we also need to have young blokes there watching and learning off the older blokes.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? It's kind of, and the same with the women. It's kind of like the women, the matriarch of the family, and it needs to have the younger girls in there as well, listening to what they're talking about. So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, it's kind of very interesting stuff. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm just thinking about your leadership stuff as well, and
Well, we'll talk further about that, brother. We really will. So,
yeah, because it's be interesting.
oh look, he's just walked in the door here. We're just talking about Auntie April. She just
Oh,
walked in.
really?
She really is. Come and say hello here. Look who I've got here.
Oh, hello. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Oh, good. The girls love those books. I've got to say,
Oh, that's
it's so good.
to hear.
Yeah, and the eldest one's just learning to read. So we watched her the other day on a little video reading a postcard that we sent her. And she read it out. I said, and look, she's not even in grade 1 yet. It's
Wow. Yeah.
how good, So she's going to have no problems getting through those lovely books that you've sent and you've created for us, written them all beautiful, JB. Yeah.
We gave some away today to people as gifts, and they were really over the moon about receiving
Nice.
those.
Yeah. That's good. And I'll talk to you later, April, about that new one you're working on or you've got ready.
It's not
plan.
ready, but I'm still working on it.
You know what it's about? It's about JB and CJ.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. That would. I don't know about that.
That'd be a funny one. That one.
Yeah,
hey.
that would be interesting. That's the word for it. Interesting.
Well, that's interesting. CJ likes that too.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
We should get someone to pick out the bloopers and stuff, or the things that we say that are funny.
Yeah, there'd be too many of those.
Have it real going. Talk about it. Ah, dear.
But we were just talking about you and the innovation that you bring around talking about menopause and that sort of stuff. So
new thinking it is. Yeah, it's old thinking. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I've just walked back out of and I was laughing because I was actually thinking about you two, knowing you were on it, and I was thinking, oh my God, if I walked in, I'm on a different project now, and you guys would be going like, oh my God, we can't keep.
What have you done now?
Well, I'm working on. I'm on the board for our state peak body of language. So just finished a meeting around revitalising language.
That's another thing we were actually talking about today, where we were, was about how language is coming back. So
yeah, we've got lots in the pipelines for that. So maybe that's another show. But I'm a bit jealous there, CJ. I can see your background, and I know the look of that bed netting. I know that's a Bali thing.
Yeah, it is a Bali thing. What to keep the mosquitoes away?
What day
Saturday. On this Saturday.
Yeah. Are you coming over?
Yeah,
on Saturday.
Arrive on Saturday afternoon.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Well, I told JB that we probably won't be here until the 2nd. So we're going over to Darwin for a visa run. We've got to leave the country, come back in again. Yeah. So, but we'll be back on the 2nd. So hopefully we can catch up. Maybe we'll go out to dinner somewhere.
We will, brother.
That'll be good because I'm also staying the longest by mistake. But yeah.
Are you?
You just never know where I'll be and what I'm up to, CJ.
Oh, well, we'll probably see a lot of you when you come over. A lot of you anyway. Yeah.
Well, good chatting to you, and hello if anybody's online, and keep these boys busy with questions and statements. So thanks.
No. We haven't got. I don't even know whether there's people know we're on, but anyway.
Yeah, no, they do.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, the other thing I was going to ask you about this too, and it may be, I don't know, we've been going, what, 6 years in March?
Yeah. March, mate. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you mentioned before that, you don't want to be, beating the drum in terms of who we are, what we're doing, and what we've done over the last 6 years. But maybe NAIDOC might be time to get some recognition for NAIDOC.
Yeah.
NAIDOC awards. Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. So I'm sure that people that community would throw the nomination.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great. And that's something in July as well. So there's something there. Yeah.
6
I
years
won't be
in, brother. What's that look like?
Oh yeah, I know. It looks like we've only yesterday we started.
100%. 100%.
Said yes. Yeah.
Hey, listen, brother, I'm going to have to go because my battery's running desperately low and it's screaming at me at the moment, and I don't want to cut us off.
No worries, mate.
Yeah, I think great yarn, brother.
We'll talk on the weekend anyway.
Yeah, we're going to have a yarn on the weekend about doing some work together. So
that'll be good. Yeah. No, it's I'll be back, like I said, for about maybe 2 to 3 months in Australia. So maybe there's some work around there as well.
Yeah,
especially with yarning circles. Being
being
face to face.
More. I mean, if you're around in the space, there could be more to do than that as well.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Fantastic, mate. You go and look after yours, and my love to LB and April.
And only April.
Yeah, only April, yes. And yeah, amazing. Those books are just amazing. Yeah, the illustration, a lot. It was just well done. And we'll catch up again next week, eh?
Yes. Yeah, we'll catch up over the weekend, but we'll catch up for JB and CJ next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. Hold on, let me have a look. All right. 28th. The 28th?
Oh, 28th, that's the day we're flying in. Is it?
Yeah.
Wednesday?
Yeah. We're flying out on the 29th. So we might be able to do it. You reckon we'll be able to do a JB and CJ somewhere? You're going to be in Seminyak, so that's where we are.
Yep.
Let's have a think about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's have a yarn about it. We'll see what happens.
All right. Beautiful. Good stuff, mate.
Over and out for now.
Yep. Love you, mate. And we'll see.
Our love to MJ.